Today is May 17th, and as usual, I'll be taking a look at the new items on Halo Infinite Store and determining whether or not they're worth your money. So how's it going, Magpies? I'm Magpie Leon, and let's jump straight in. But of course, before I talk about the new shop items, I need to first talk about this week's ultimate reward. You get the Alabaster Cognac Razorback coating, which looks pretty sweet. It's this really nice white, red, and gold coating. I do believe you get the Warthog version in the Battle Pass, and I think the ultimate challenge, players have to get 5,000 score in PvP games. I could be mistaken, but I believe that's what I saw earlier on. Overall, a very solid weekly reward, and I hope to see more of this in the future. Anyway, as usual, we have 4 bundles, one of which is a daily, one of the things on the shop today actually isn't a bundle, so we will get to that in a moment. But first, we'll talk about this week's daily bundle, the first daily bundle at least, the High Value Targets bundle. You get 5 nameplates, one of Jaeger, one of Escharum, one of Chaklock, Bassus, and Aatrox. You also get these as emblems for your vehicles, weapons, and armor. This is by far the best emblem bundle we've seen. 200 credits and you get a lot. You get a lot of emblems, which is crazy because the Butler and Fret ones released recently and they just gave you the emblem and the backdrop and I believe cost the same price. And there was also the ones last season which cost 500 credits and contained much less. Overall, I'd say this is a relatively solid emblem bundle and the emblems here are pretty cool. It definitely doesn't stand out that much, but it's decent enough. If you're after some cool emblems of your favourite banished bosses, then yeah, this is a solid option. Next up, we have the Crush Your Enemies stance. This is kind of cool. Your spawn holds out an energy sword and they're facing over to the left. It kind of looks like Obi-Wan's stance. My problem is that this costs 300 credits, which is essentially just a different pose for your Spartan. I feel like this is something that should be included in a bundle, not something that you should buy on its own. I really do not think 300 credits is a fair price for a stance, and I don't even really think stances should be sold individually, in my opinion. Either have them as unlocks or have them included with other things, because honestly, they don't stand out enough to warrant this purchase. Next up, we've got the CORDOVAN Thunder bundle. This one's pretty solid. You get 11 items. You get the CORDOVAN Thunder vehicle coating for, I believe, all the vehicles. You get it for the Warthog, you get it for the Wasp, the Scorpion, the Warthog variants, the Mongoose, and the Gungoose. It's a nice coating, a black and red coating. I know we've seen a lot of black and red coatings. We have seen a lot, but this one definitely looks a bit different, and it's nice to get one for the Scorpion and the Wasp too. The Scorpion one is probably my favourite here. It looks really nice. You also get the Fireteam Mako nameplate, and obviously you get this as an emblem for your vehicles, weapons, and armor, and I actually kind of like this emblem. It's a black and red emblem of a Mako Shark. It looks pretty sweet. Last but certainly not least, we have the Warmaster armor set. I'm glad this is finally here, and I did speculate this would be on next, as it was the only other armor set that we'd seen that's viewable in the menu that wasn't in the game yet. You of course get the Warmaster helmet. It does look a bit different from its predecessor, the Gen 2 version, but I do like how it looks here. It's pretty sweet. You also get the Blue Ash armor coating, which is a blue, white, silver, and yellow armor coating. It makes your gloves yellow. It's a lot of silver and blue. It's fine. I really don't know how to feel about this one. I think it's just the silver undersuit that I'm not a huge fan of, but it's a decent enough coating. You also get the Trail Watch attachment for the Warmaster helmet, which gives it this little gas mask looking attachment. This makes the helmet look so much better in my opinion, and this is currently what I'm using. You also get the Draken Ordnance Pack chest piece. I do kind of like this. If you're after a really tanky Spartan, then this is definitely a good option. It's probably not one that I would use myself, but it is a solid chest piece, and I do think it's probably one of the better ones. You also get the Chaka shoulder pads. I like these. They do a good job of covering your arm and your shoulder. Pretty solid shoulder pads overall. You get the Flex Point gloves, which are fine enough. You also get the Project Step Sweep utility piece. I struggled to pronounce that there. That again is also fine. You also get the Fireteam Grizzly emblem, nameplate. You get it for all your stuff. You know the drill at this point. For 1,200, I think this is a fair enough bundle. I do like the armor here, so in that regard, I'd say it's probably worth it. However, I do wish it came with a visor, or honestly, I feel like the Crush Your Enemies stance should have been included in this bundle. I really think that should have been here. Most of the other armor sets, in fact, I think all of them up to this point have come with a visor, so the fact that this doesn't is kind of disappointing. It would have been cool to see some kind of visor with the Warmaster helmet, but I definitely think that stance would have fit with this bundle quite well, rather than selling it on its own, but, you know, it is what it is. Anyway, that's everything I've got to say about the shop this week. If you've enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new here. I'm aiming for 1,000 subs by the end of the year, and I think that's an achievable goal. Let me know what you think of the shop down in the comments, and I'll catch you all in the next one.